there. My town's rich history touches kings and queens, constitutional monarchies, fascism, socialism, communism, and the USA, where every 4 years we vote to pick a new president. Notice I didn't say these United States. That's because we are one nation, not a loose collection of states like the European Union. But, and there's always a but, our founding fathers were worried about power grabs, so designed a system to stop that. President Madison said, if men were angels, we wouldn't need government. Ours have 3, sometimes conflicting parts. We've a video on that. The 50 states are another kind of check and balance. The Constitution's 10th Amendment says states keep all the powers not specifically given to the federal government, like national defenses. States are made up of cities, towns, and all sorts of whatevers. New Jersey, where I live, has 21 counties with 565 municipalities in them. My Morris County alone has 39. Each have an executive, legislative, and judicial layer, an administrator, perhaps a township committee, and judges. The system is not designed for efficiency. It's designed to give power to the people, us. Our Constitution begins, we the people, and we exercise our power by voting. But, and here's another but, we don't vote directly for every office. For example, the president is not picked for getting the most popular votes. No, he or she has to win the electoral college votes, which is a process, not a place, designed to stop populous states from dominating those less so. Each state's electoral votes equal the size of its congressional delegation plus 2 senators. They're winner-take-all for a candidate getting 50% plus 1 of a state's popular votes. By the way, Kevin Costner starred in Swing Vote, a movie about a guy who has to cast one deciding presidential vote. It's a kind of a fun movie. Let's get to the 2020 election. I won't take sides here. I won't, even though almost half the country thinks there was election fraud. Half also believes that Trump's administration began with a quasi-coup against him, and another half thinks it's ending with one against the incoming Biden administration. Talk about a divided country. Let's step back from the disbelief, the fury, and the lawsuits to consider what makes an election free and fair. Voting in secret, political opinions without interference, information, candidates having equal access to the media, and more. This year, because of COVID, many voting procedures were changed just before the avalanche of mail-in votes. So it's not a surprise that questions were asked about, illegal votes, signatures, ballots thrown away or created as needed, and more. Some say Republicans turned out voters. Democrats turned out envelopes. I don't know. There were certainly abuses of the standards for free and fair elections. Some ballot counting locations covered their windows or kept observers at a distance. There were threats over political opinions. They're called cancel culture, and it's not fun. There were also comments from an unhappy president that should not have been made. For his entire administration, the media was seemingly overwhelmingly against him. Then Twitter and Facebook piled on, suppressing reports about the Biden family's possible ties to China. The election spawned lots of lawsuits, but, and here's a last but, the courts, including the Supreme Court, have spoken. It's over. Period. Joe Biden won the most electoral votes and will be the next president. Congratulations, Mr. President-elect. I'm not a lawyer and don't pretend to be one. It just seems that a lot of the complaints were about things that were not exactly illegal. That doesn't make them right. We can't pretend that all of this stuff that happened in the 2020 election is acceptable. We need to make changes because when Americans no longer believe our elections are fair, we, the people, becomes a sad joke. Free and fair must be the standards that American elections are held to. Another, by the way, children sometimes vote about which game to play. Other times, the biggest kid picks. There are lots of ways to get a head honcho. In some places, at some times, rulers were selected because of family, birth order, or sex. Some were picked by God. Meritocracies are a recent phenomenon. Benjamin Franklin is reported to have said, "The U.S. is a republic, if you can keep it." That's a warning from 250 years ago, a warning we had better pay attention to. I am Mike for the Be More Better team, and I've got to admit the research for this one shocked me, especially when I hit Boss Tweed. 150 years ago, he figured out that he could get power if he counted the votes. I pray that we have come far from that. I really do. You, everyone, God bless you. And God bless America. Bye now. Thank you.